What's up? I'm here in the Loop Community offices with Jake Goslin.
What's up? I'll lead. In this video, we are going to settle it once and for all.
Are we?
Arrangement view versus session view. Which is the best view to use when you are running tracks in Ableton Live for worship? Right here, right now, Mr. McCoy. We are going to settle the issue.
It's going down.
So I am on side arrangement view, the light, the right side, the high ground,
right.
And you are on the session view side.
The simple, easy,
but the Lord
not wasting my life.
But the Lord has mercy on us all. But all seriousness, I'm here at the Loop Community headquarters, hanging out with Matt McCoy and his team, and we're making lots of videos today. I thought it'd be fun just making a video to compare running tracks in session view versus arrangement view. But before we actually dive into this, I do want to say it's totally up to your situation and personal preference on how you want to run these two views. There's really not a right or wrong way. There's just a better and worse way, in my opinion. So,
don't listen to what he's saying.
Sorry, just joking. Okay.
But no, that is true though. That there really is no right or wrong way.
Yeah.
That Ableton Live does.
That's what's awesome.
So much, and you can use either view, and it really just depends on what your situation is, what your scenario is.
Yep. So Matt and I have our two computers here, both running Ableton Live, and we have our different projects pulled up. So on Matt's laptop, you're running session view. So explain to us, why do you run session view?
Yeah, I think the main reason I run session view is that when I'm preparing a worship set in session view, it takes me hardly any time at all. Like I can easily just drag the audio clips in, and if I need to reorder the set list, like let's just say I want to do Lion and the Lamb first, I can just drag and drop, and Lion and the Lamb, all the audio clips went up with it. And it's just really easy to kind of look at it from a set list perspective. So I think it's really fast to build a set list and really fast to rearrange a set list.
Yep.
So that's one of the reasons I like session view. Yep. Show us how do you make a set in arrangement view?
Yeah, so here's my arrangement view set list. I got 5 songs here. And when you look at it, it's like, wow, there's like a lot more going on. It's a little bit more complicated even just by the look of it compared to yours. You have only like 4 scenes running.
4 songs.
And then I have like 100 tracks or something crazy like that. So the reason I like arrangement view is I like seeing my whole set list chronologically over time. Whenever I started learning how to use DAWs back in the day with like Pro Tools, there's just this traditional editor timeline view is what I've always preferred. But what is cool about Ableton Live, even in arrangement view, unlike those other DAWs, is that it's really flexible even when you are playing tracks back within a timeline. The flexibility, to be vamping and then be able to jump to wherever you want in your set. So like here, even though this is arrangement view, we do have it set up so that it'll actually just like keep looping this pads and clicks section here if we want it, or of course if we wanted to jump back into any section of song, we could still do that.
So what happens if you're in rehearsal or whatever and you decide, hey, we're actually going to move a song that's at the end to the very beginning?
Yeah.
What do you do?
So if we were going to actually make a change like that, I would have to go in and select basically the whole song wherever we want it. So all these, I would probably, if I wanted to actually completely remove it from the spot, I would go Command-Shift-X. It's going to cut the time and just like not affect anything else in the timeline. And let's say like, oh, we actually want to do that song, gosh, let's do that here instead of Another in the Fire.
Yeah.
Then I would put my marker here. And then I can just do the same thing. I can paste time, so Command-Shift-V, and that's going to paste it in the timeline. I'll have to do a little bit of editing to some of these like extra clips we got going around here. But the other big advantage of arrangement view that I like is being able to crossfade my tracks, right? So let me just undo some of those changes that I just made, and you'll see that for some of these song transitions, and this is why I lay out my set list like this, and actually it was Ashton was the one who built the set list, so I can't really officially say I would build any of this way. Ashton, running the camera here, is the one who built this, but and this might not be the best demonstration of it, but being able to crossfade these tracks a little bit gives us that really nice smooth transition in worship. So,
so if you're wanting to, that is one of the pluses of arrangement view is you can like start from the beginning of the song. Let it just press play once and let it flow through your whole set list, right? With crossfades.
Exactly.
And and then session view, I think the reason I'm running that is because I'm not doing much crossfades between tracks. Like when it gets to the end of the song, on the downbeat, if we get to the end of the song on the downbeat, the track either fades out, I hit stop on my MIDI controller, start the next song.
Yep.
So I'm not really like doing a lot of
Yep.
On the fly, even jumping between sections.
Yeah.
So I think that would probably be the other difference too, is like, if you're wanting to maybe jump to a chorus,
Yeah.
you can do that in Arrangement View. You could do it in the session view too, but it would take more work.
Yeah. Well, and that's what I know. Another person who really uses session view is Ian McIntosh. I think that's his name, with Jesus Culture, and he has like session view on steroids. Like he has all of his song sessions broken down, and you can skip around on the fly. And that's why we go back to, it really depends on your situation. For us, if we do want to skip around songs, what we'll do is be like, okay, how about in Another in the Fire, usually at the end of our third song in the set, we like going back and, we may speak or pray at the end of the song and then go tag a section of the song. So let's say, for example, we want to like do this build up, starting from this bridge right here to the end. So I would do that same thing I showed you earlier, where I can just easily copy and then go ahead and just paste the time in there. And now that actually can become a part of the chronological set. Ashton, who's our MD, can do that within, like you just saw, 10 seconds during rehearsal. So we actually just we might keep tweaking our set list during rehearsal if we want to.
Yeah.
The other thing too I just like is we rely heavily on automation for Pro Presenter and lighting. So you'll see we have our slide cues here, and then we have lighting cues down here. And when you're automating those things, it's just really nice to see when those things are going to happen over the course of time. Where you can still do that in session view.
Yeah,
like if I wanted to,
because I have Pro Presenter cues here.
Yeah, exactly.
And you can still do the exact same thing, but it really depends on how you want to visualize it.
With your Pro Presenter cues, how do you add the cues in session view? Are you just editing like one big MIDI clip? Is that how it works?
You can either do it like that, edit the MIDI clip, or I will actually sometimes bring those into Arrangement View, make the clip, bring it back into session.
Yeah, that makes, because you can easily bounce out these tracks, or you can drag the tracks into.
But I'll make it one MIDI
session.
clip, and then save that MIDI clip in my user presets as my song. So Lion and the Lamb, lyrics. And that way, when I'm building another set, I can just drag that Pro Presenter clip right back in.
Yeah, so because I could take like all the Pro Presenter cues from this song, and if I did like Command J, now it's consolidated, and then this could function into, or as one clip within session. So it's super powerful what we can do with these things. But
so it really comes down to like how much time I think you want to spend, because you can do the same thing really both, minus the crossfading. You can really do all the same features, but one will take you, how long does it take you to set up a whole maybe Sunday morning?
So the thing is, we have to set up individual song sessions. So like here's the song, you see another in Fire right here, but I have a second set of project files that is just that individual song, so that we can create, because basically, I get the tracks from like Loop Community, and here are those backing tracks here, but then I custom make all this stuff up here, and that makes it easy. So then to make an individual song session like this, maybe takes me, I don't know, like 10 minutes to do.
A song.
Yeah, a song. And I'll have to do it once, because once it's done, it just stays on my hard drive. But then the weekly set list builds to drag the songs into the set, maybe that takes like 5 to 10 minutes to then start.
And then clean up the transitions.
Yeah, like then you can really make it however long you want. I would say if I just want to get it done as soon as I can with the automation stuff, I'd say half hour to 45 minutes. And that's enough time to like double check things to make sure it's functioning properly.
And it's all automated.
Yeah.
Where session view would take maybe 5 minutes. I will say though that I do like that, you can kind of make a song, save them all in your library, and then re-import them. And that's actually why I started using session view to begin with. Because what I did is I actually created one Ableton session in session view with all of my songs alphabetical. This session doesn't actually show that, but basically I would have, I would actually have rows of all my songs alphabetical. And then all I would do is when I would roll into church on Sunday morning, I would use the MIDI controller and just MIDI map for the songs that I'm doing that morning. So my MIDI mappings were all over the place, but I didn't have to do anything except for just MIDI map on Sunday morning, and all my tracks were there.
That's a really cool setup. I know other folks who do that as well, and that's flexible if you're like, let's do this song this morning, and you just have to MIDI map something rather than dragging and opening up new project files like we do.
And you just have one master track library. So, I don't know. Both of these are awesome. I will say that if I were doing like the times I do use Arrangement View are when maybe we're doing like an Easter service or a Good Friday service, and everything's really programmed out. Like we want lighting cues, lyric cues, and I just want to press play and like let it run. Then arrangement view is totally. There's no other way to go. Totally. Is there any time that you actually use session view?
I use session view to build all of my MIDI cues. So like when it comes, just mainly, I don't ever run track. I don't think I've ever run tracks in worship in session view. But when you look at my templates I've got here, let's say for like my lighting cues, Ableton session view is great, just in terms of like creating all your unique cues for your lighting scenes.
Interesting.
So that's how I build those up, because it's just easy to categorize. I have my house lights, my spotlights, my LED lights. I put them all into one track here. And then when I am working on my full set list project, I can just open up my browser, and then I have those cues in that session project right here. And then I can start basically just dragging in these lighting cues wherever I want in the timeline.
That's so funny, because I was going to say I use Arrangement View to make my MIDI cues. Because I like going down the timeline, you know, insert a MIDI clip, and actually build the MIDI cues here down the timeline and then save them.
Interesting.
So we actually
Weird.
do that opposite, but that's one of the cool things about live. Like you can do the same thing in both views.
So there you have it, folks. I mean, I don't think I have anything else to add to compare these things. I think
No, that's a lot.
We covered quite a bit there, but you can see the advantages. I think to sum it up, really, a session can be really convenient for a really quick setup. An arrangement view has a little bit more customization, maybe automation, pre-programming, transitions and stuff like that, but it's going to require a bit more time. So either way, whichever route you want to go, if you want to learn about my approach to Ableton Live, make sure you check out my free 60-minute long masterclass on my whole 7-step process. If you want to learn more about how Matt sets up his sessions, then go check out loopcommunity.com and their YouTube channel. He's got a bunch of tutorial videos there. Matt is an Ableton Live certified trainer. Someday,
hey, I'll certify you.
I'm going to be certified by a certified trainer.
This is the old Ableton logo. This was what I got certified in.
We gotta get close up on this.
We need to get
that is insane.
Look at that.
That's
2011.
That's vintage Ableton.
In Austin, Texas, I got certified. I can let you borrow this for a little minute. You can say you're a certified trainer.
Guys, I'm certified by a certified trainer. I'm I'm like the assistant to the certified trainer.
To the regional manager.
To the original manager.
They used to have Ableton Mentor. And anybody could become like an Ableton mentor.
I should apply.
You should be a trainer.
I should. Well, dude, the reason I'm not trained yet is because I go on their website and they're like, here's our upcoming trainings. And it's like 2025 in Japan or something like that. It's like, okay, I'll put that on my calendar and I'll fly over to Tokyo for a training or something like that. Man. I did look into it, but they're just like, they don't do them very often.
Well, you're a ninja already anyway, so it's fine.
I appreciate it, man. He said I'm a ninja. I'm not a certified trainer, but I'm a ninja. But that wraps it up, guys. Thanks so much for watching this video. Hope you found it entertaining. What kind of world is it that we live in now? You have two grown men analyzing arrangement view versus session view.
Next time, it's Microsoft Word, portrait view or landscape view. Thanks. It's a tough call.
Thanks for watching, guys. Smash like, subscribe to the channel. Go check out Matt's stuff as well. See you next time.
Later.
And remember, arrangement view is the right way.
Not sure about that.